one more subject to handle is the houses. And it's very important because nothing like it exists in science. Like the signs, there are 12 houses, but they are divisions made due to the tipping of the Earth. Some of them are narrower and some of them are wider than the signs. They're not all exactly 30 degrees because you're talking about an incline, a division of a circle that's inclined, and the segments cover different angles. The houses deal with different kinds of relationship. The first house is the self, and the one opposite, the seventh house, is the partner, person on an equal footing. Could even be the enemy, but as long as they're on an equal footing, it's seventh house.
Mm-hmm.
The fourth house, which is below and perpendicular to those two, is the source or the mother. And the 10th, which is opposite that, is the goal or the father,
mm-hmm.
the profession in short, the authority acting upon one. Well, now we could consider what would be called the Cadent house. Those are the ones before the first, fourth, seventh, and 10th.
Mm-hmm.
The one before the first would be the 12th.
Right.
And perhaps the easiest one to look at is the one before the 7th, the house of small animals, it's called in older tracts.
Mm-hmm.
It deals with work, sickness, anything where you're not quite up to working on the equal footing. You go into retirement or sickness, or you have to do work if you're not ready to compete on the one-to-one level, equal footing level.
The equal footing level was the 7th, and this is the 6th.
This is the 6th,
house.
Right. And in other words, the house that has the same relation to the 4th is the house of short journeys, brothers and sisters, and so on, and relationships, things that sort of lead to the home. I'm doing these in the more difficult way. I think I should have taken the succeedent houses first, but to continue with it, I go to the 12th house. That's self-sustainment, psychology, psychoanalysis, but also in olden charts, prisons, where the self is institutionalized. But it's also large animals, things you can't do anything about. The 6th house of small animals are places where you're on top. Here, large animals, you have to do what they say, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Prisons, likewise. But I think in modern times, it's working for a large institution. There's a certain protectiveness that people who do that enjoy. I mean, the people who really enjoy being an army man, I mean, being part of that large organization.
Right.
I would suspect that's a 12th house emphasis. Then the house that precedes the 10th house is the most interesting, I think, is house of long journeys, speculation. See, it's opposite the one that prepares for the home, things taken for granted, kitchenware, utensils, means. The 9th is far out things, philosophy, speculation, things you don't know the answer to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then the succeedent houses are the remaining 4 that are the fruit. The fruit of the first house is your own assets. Your funding, but also your ideas, your professional skills, anything you can call upon as your own assets. And the opposite of that is other person's assets. Money, inheritance, but in a very interesting way, it's transformation, because if you went to school and learned somebody else's ideas, something quite foreign to your own, and that transformed you, that would be 8th house type of thing.
Okay.
Now that which is succeedent to the 10th, interesting enough, is friendship, friends. I've noticed in my life how hard it is to maintain a friendship when you change your profession, maintain an old friendship.
Right.
Your profession seems to be the basis for your making friendships.
Mm-hmm.
So we haven't covered the 5th, the one that follows the 4th. That's play.
That's the
creativity.
That's the fruit of the home.
The fruit of the home. The fruit of a good relationship with your mother is being able to play freely.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if someone can't even get sick, they may have something wrong with their 5th house. You can keep backing off that way. Find what's wrong with the 5th. Well, there was something wrong in the house of the mother, so on. Well, apart from all the workings you can do with this, I just want to say, to wind it up, that there's nothing that describes different types of relationship that I know other than astrology.